And start with our P. Louise base in number 2. I have it in this really, really awesome little transport pot that they provide. So otherwise my base is humongous. So I'm going to just start applying in my pat, pat, pat motion all over the lid, brow. Zoom in so you guys can see good. Right up into that lash line. The reason I'm choosing my P. Louise base today is because I want to really create a nice canvas to work off of, especially since we're doing something so beautifully simple as a wing. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm going to be using 2 different Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, Soft Glam and Subculture. Soft Glam is this beautiful, truly soft, glamorous palette. Perfect, perfect, perfect for any skin tone. I'm going to go in with shade Tempera, and I'm going to go ahead and just swirl that right across the upper part of my lid up into the brow. Then, using the same very fluffy brush, oh, there we go, I'm going to dip into shade Orange Soda. I'm going to start to work this right into my crease. I'm purposely going in with very, very neutral light shades because we're going to switch over to our Subculture, and we're going to use the fluffier side of the brush that comes with the palette, and we're going to dip into Roxy, which is this peach shade down here. I'm going to purposely put this over top of our previous shade just to deepen our crease ever so slightly. See the difference when you tap off the excess and when you don't? I kind of like it with the excess, a bit deeper. Alright, then using the flat side, switching colors here, flat side of your brush, we're going to grab shade Dawn, which is this beautiful neutral here, still in the Subculture palette. And we're going to just set that all over the rest of the space. Now, to create our wing, we have a couple of different options and a couple of different, choices. We have our pencil, a classic favorite. We have our liquid liner with a brush, our felt tip liner. All will do the job, all will do a great job. Now, for somebody who has a really, really hooded lid, I don't recommend doing a pencil, and here's why. Because when your lid comes down and it touches that pencil or a cream, what it's going to do is it's going to transfer, and it's going to look like you have a line up here. Yes, and that's what you want to do, like one of many of the other looks that I've done. Woo! Love it. If it's not, step away. What you do want to do if you have a very hooded lid is you want to understand that liquid can be very intimidating, and people are like, oh, no, I couldn't possibly, I'll get it all over my face. Slow down, maybe go for a felt tip. It gives you a little bit more control when you're first starting, especially doing a wing. Promise you, if you pick something that dries down quickly, even if it's not matte, but it just dries quickly, you will achieve the look that you're going for without having all of that transfer. You can absolutely use like a cream liner, but then I would recommend setting it with a powder or setting it with something. The quicker it dries, the less transfer you're going to have as you blink throughout the day. Another artistic hack is using clear tape. Yes, I legit keep packing tape in my makeup kit. You take the flat, uncut side, that would be this, and you line it up, angled out to the tip of your brow from the corner of your eye, and you lay it out like that. This allows you to have a beautiful line, so you can mess up as much as you want on there. Literally doodle all over, and it won't affect your skin. So I'm going in with my pencil first, and I am snuggling over right up to the tape, right up to the line. You'll notice with a pencil that even if you get it really, really sharp, this is one of my favorite eye pencils, by the way. This is Urban Decay. It's hard to get that beautiful sharp corner that I get with my throwing things liquid. So I'm going to do both pencil and liquid on top of each other. I love this one because it's so creamy. It's their Urban Decay Glide On Eye Pencil in Pearl version. I'm grabbing my NYX Vinyl Liquid, and I'm going to go right over top of where I just was. Really just smooth out that line, get even closer to my lashes. Your wing a little bit thinner on the whole lid, you absolutely can. But I want to show you guys how beautiful that line looks when you remove the tape. What I want you guys to note is that I purposely made sure that my wings are hitting about the same points on my brow. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is if you look straight on, there's this tiniest gap right here that bothers me. No one else notices, but I notice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my liquid and I'm just going to fill. So when my eye opens, it almost looks as though the line is a little bit smoother connected. You see the difference? This one without the connection, this one just made that look probably easier than you thought it was possible. Or maybe I made it look super duper complicated. If I made it sound complicated, I apologize. But trust me, tape is your friend because it will help you on this journey to create a beautiful eye. Next, we're going to fluff in our brows. Grabbing my brow blade by Honest. This is by Urban Decay. Like, I don't want it to look like I have a block brow, but I also don't want it to look like I don't have a brow. I guess I'm going in with my Benefit, and then I like to go over that, all of that, with a little bit of clear, just flicking it out even further. And then if I notice any gaps, like right here, just add a little bit more. Thankfully, full brows are in right now, being in quarantine now. And again, this is why makeup is so powerful, because so now it's time for some foundation. I've decided that we're going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Stick Foundation, but before I grab that, I am going to my ELF Poreless Putty Primer. And I'm going to just use my fingers to warm it. Start from the my face and work my way out. Upper motions whenever possible. So I'm using shade Porcelain. And I'm going to start to just apply. You can just apply with the stick, but unfortunately I'm running low. So I'm just going to apply with the brush. Working from the center of the face out gives me the most natural blend. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab a beauty blender. I really like the Real Techniques blenders right now. And go ahead and start to work that out into the skin. After blending out shade Porcelain, I'm going in with shade Alabaster to really lighten and conceal underneath. Brighten the skin of my face, as well as shade Shadow for contouring. And blend that out with your beauty blender. Alright, so we just set the rest of our face with our Sephora Light foundation, pressed foundation. Now we're going in with our contour. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter, which has been discontinued and saddens me deeply. Beautimous. Next, blush. We're gonna go with our ELF in shade Jet Setter. My favorites lately. So if you watched yesterday's video, I am going to do it again and heat up my lash curler. Yes, with flame. You never put it on immediately after heating it up. It's just hot enough. I haven't put anything else on my lashes right now. Couple good pumps. Holding it for about 15 seconds, 15-16 seconds. So then I'm going to go in with my Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. Working from root to tip, slowly wiggling it out. Following the curl. You can really see the bend when I turn to the side. And then I close my eyes and just work the tips of my lashes out. Hard to see with against the black liner that we did, but it makes a huge difference curling your lashes. I guess I want to be spicy. I'm actually going to grab my, I don't actually know what to call this one. CRSSD. Okay. A really bright yellow, like neon yellow. I'm going to use this to line my waterline right towards the inner corner of my eye. Because I like to do little spicy touches when I'm doing a neutral look. Add a little bit of pizzazz. Notice I'm using my beauty blender to hold the skin back without touching all that powder. So I polished off the look with a really pretty matte lip that's in shade Charming. It's this really, really pretty kind of mauve-y brown shade. But I like it. I did not line my lips because I don't like to make my lips look bigger. I like my eyes to be the focus, but that's personal preference. You'll also notice, well, actually, I'll show you. I like to use my face to cut out my bottom lip. I'd almost make it like I'm pursing my lips. Just taking out that little corner makes a big difference. Because then it almost looks as though my top and bottom lip are even. Yeah. I hope you guys like this tutorial. It will be available on YouTube.